Ziad Ramadan is the president of the board for the New York chapter of CAIR, that is the Council of American Islamic Relations. And a good morning to you, Ziad. Thanks for joining us again.
My pleasure.
I want to pick up a couple things that the former House Speaker said. He talked about this being a cultural aggression. How do you respond to that?
Well, I have to commend Sarah Palin. She actually sounds a lot smarter on this issue than Newt Gingrich is. You know, he's actually trying to say we should follow the example of an autocratic monarchy and we should start acting like them. I think he should be reminded, this is the United States of America, it's a constitutional democracy, and it's the land of the free. We're not going to follow anybody's poor examples.
Okay, he does have a point, though, about religious liberty, and if you want to say, you know, going both ways, he makes a point there's not a single church nor synagogue in Saudi Arabia, and there doesn't seem to be much prospects for that happening anytime soon.
Well, there are no mosques in the Vatican either. It's something that just isn't a smart thing to do at this time. The thing is this, when you talk about ground zero, you're insinuating that Muslims had something to do with that attack. No, fanatics did that, and the fanatics don't represent Islam, and the fanatics don't represent the good Muslim Americans who defended this nation and are still victims of that attack. We've been persecuted for the past 10 years, and we don't deserve to do so because we're fighting in our army, and we've been there as responders, we've died in those buildings, and we're Americans, and you can't take that away from us. And what he's trying to do is attack the liberties. He said, I don't care what, you know, religious liberties. He wants to attack the Constitution of the United States. If that's what he's going to hang any campaign or any comment on, I'll tell you, I'm not voting for him.
How about this? Yeah, this is a quote from Noni Darwish, an Egyptian American who's the president of a group called Former Muslims United. It speaks out against Islam. And here's the quote: a mosque is not just a place for worship. It's a place where war is started, where commandments to do jihad start, where incitements against non-Muslims occur. It's a place where ammunition was stored. I know that is not applicable to all mosques, certainly, but is it in truth for some?
You know, I think Mr. Darwish should stop looking for gremlins and ghosts. These are like Heinrich Himmler's style propaganda tactics to say, start looking under your bed. It's McCarthyism. He's fabricating information, and he's trying to scare the living hoot out of Americans, out of good Americans who should not. You know what Americans are doing? There's a Tea Party mosque rally in Temecula, California, and the woman said, the woman who organized this rally said, we're organizing this rally because Muslims hate Christian, Jews, women, and dogs. So she inspired everybody to bring their dogs there. They asked her, she had never met a Muslim. You know, so these people are being told things that are completely irrational, completely false, and they're all, you know, making them do things that are really anti-American.
So you're suspecting this is a bit of a misinformation campaign. Since 9/11, what has your group tried to do? What have other peace-loving Muslim groups tried to do to get the word out and change the impression that's out there held by some?
The most important thing that you try to do is get correct information out there, enhance the understanding of what Islam actually represents, because too many people who've never, you know, this country's 300 million people. Over 200 million of them have never met a Muslim. So you can say they're little green round creatures that came in from outer space, and they'll, you know, this woman went out there with dogs. How about if they told her Muslims don't like cattle? Would she have been out there with cattle in front of mosques trying to scare them? I mean, it's just irrational propaganda, and that's what people are trying to do, especially stop the Islamization of America. They have this manifesto that they posted on their website saying this is how to attack Muslim organizations and how to prevent them from being created. It's just propaganda.
Okay.
And unfortunately, unknowing people are being led into the abyss.
Well, Ziad Ramadan, I'm glad you came in here and spoke your mind. Do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Still to come, why you may want to step away from the